Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Apologies for that break in transmission. It was due to circumstances beyond our control. Now the news in full. The Kaduna State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has suspended the women's leader, Mariam Suleiman, for criticizing Governor Uba Sani over the huge debt inherited from the previous administration. This was as Governor Sani's spokesman Alhaji Muhammad Shehu said that the governor would not dignify the son of immediate past Governor Nasir El-Rufai Bashir with a response to his attack on the governor. The Kaduna APC in March 31st, 2024 noticed that said the women leader was suspended for alleged gross misconduct. The suspension notice was signed by the APC chairman and secretary of the Badarawa Malali ward, Ali Mashago and Zaka Bashawa, respectively. The Kaduna State governor had, during a town hall meeting, lamented the huge debt inherited from his predecessor, El-Rufai. Sani said the state was left with a lean purse and too broke to pay workers' salary. The Kogi state government has debunked an allegation by the Social Democratic Party that it masterminded attacks on witnesses at the ongoing governorship election petition tribunal, saying the allegation was baseless. The Commissioner for Information and Communications in the state, Kingsley Fanwo, said it was, however, important to enlighten the SDP that the case at the tribunal was between parties and the state government. Fanwo, who spoke at a press conference in Lokoja, noticed that if any attack did happen as claimed by the SDP, it must have been staged, managed by the SDP to justify their failure to produce the number of witnesses they claim to have. About 30,000 households across Sokoto State have benefited from Senator Aminu Tambowal's Ramadan package. In his remarks at the flag-off of the distribution of the bags of rice to PDP faithful across all the wards in the state, Senator Tambowal said this distribution was to thank God for giving him the wealth and opportunity to assist the lower class. Speaking earlier in an opening remark, the state PDP chairman, Honorable Bello Garuyo, said gesture was aimed at relieving households of the current hardship in demonstrating of the party's spirit of empathy and kindness. Some residents of Kebbi State attacked a government warehouse at Bayan Karas area of Birnin Kebbi, the state capital, and carted away food items. The hoodlums who defied security operatives stationed at the warehouse also broke into some private warehouses and shops in the area and stole food items. They also looted a broke-down truck loaded with assorted grains meant for distribution in Birnin Kebbi. Attack on warehouse had occurred at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and Sileja in Niger State. This is amidst the cost of living crisis largely believed to have been caused by the petrol subsidy removal and the floating of the Naira. The Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja has reassured Nigerians that the service personnel are determined to eradicate terrorists, bandits, and other threats. The Army Chief added that he was determined to bring peace to the country. Nigeria is battling security challenges ranging from terrorism, banditry to kidnapping. In his Easter message, the Army Chief noted that the service had recorded a lot of successes in the ongoing operations against terrorism and banditry, amongst others. Lagbaja says in his words, the Nigerian Army remains committed, determined, and focused on ensuring the total defeat of insurgents, marauding bandits, and other forms of internal and internal aggression disturbing the peace of the country. Lagbaja said that he had provided the needed training and resources for his men to tackle the insecurity ravaging the country. The police command in Enugu State said it has raided an indigenous people of Biafra, IPOD, and its Eastern Security Network, ESN, criminal hideout in Akwate axis of Enugu metropolis. The police operative, however, met with resistance from the renegades who opened fire upon sighting them. But they were subdued by the superior firepower of the police, leading to the neutralization of two of the renegades. The command spokesperson at DSP Daniel Udukwa said in a statement on Sunday that the police conducted the raid on Saturday at about 2:30 a.m. He said that one AK-47 rifle, one submachine gun, SMG, one stainless pump-action gun, PAG-27 live, and 23 expanded rounds of 7.62mm caliber ammunition were recovered after the raid and gun duel. The Taraba State Police Command has stated that 3 children died in Dandago Geta Village, Gerim Lamudo local government area of the state following suspected accidental discharge from a Dane gun. The State Commissioner of Police, David Ayonomom, stated this while refuting claims made by some villagers who attributed the death to an explosion from improvised explosion devices. Ayonomom stated that the gunpowder from the Dane gun later exploded and killed them. The CP says the 3 deceased children were playing on a tree while 4 others who sustained injuries were on the ground as they are receiving treatment at the State Specialist Hospital in Jalingo, the state capital. The Federal Capital Territory Vehicle Inspection Office, FCTVIO, has inducted a new batch of volunteer road traffic and vehicle inspection mayors to assist in managing traffic flow across the nation's capital. The induction ceremony for 2024 Batch A held in Abuja and presided over by Yusuf John Sibiru, the FCT squadron leader and national coordinator of the RTO-VIO Mayors Program. In his remarks, Sibiru appreciated the new inductees for opting to contribute to nation building through traffic volunteering. He urged them to be good ambassadors of the Directorate and entire VIO Corps in the external traffic management role. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have detained a 35-year-old lady, Chidima Chinenye Agbazwe, after she was caught attempting to export 20 parcels of cannabis sativa weighing 10.70 kg to Doha, Qatar through the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos State. Illicit drugs were said to have been concealed in African salad, particularly called abacha, and dried vegetables. The operation was carried out in conjunction with operatives of the Department of State Services. The anti-narcotics operative also reportedly rejected a 5 million naira bribe from another suspect in Lagos State. You're watching Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using the Global TV NG or other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, Nigerian flares $205.7 million gas in 2 months. This and other more stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of Midday News. Thank you for staying with us. Pope Francis gave Easter Mass with tens of thousands of Catholics at St. Peter's Square in Vatican City before his traditional blessing as concerns persist over his health. The 87-year-old arrived in wheelchair to preside over the Mass from 10 a.m. in cloudy and windy weather, with events broadcast live around the globe. France will pronounce the Urber il Obi to the city and the world blessing at midday, where he's expected to bring up the international conflicts raging worldwide. And on our foreign scene, at least 7 people have been killed in a car bombing which targeted a busy market in northern Syria. Several more were injured in the attack in the town of Aziz in Alapé province near the Turkish border. It is unclear who carried out the attack in the town, which is run by pro-Turkish militias fighting Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Turkish forces and their proxy control large areas of Syria along the border the 2 countries share. When the bomb went off, the market was busy with shoppers buying new clothes for their children ahead Eid al-Fitr. The bodies of 8 Chinese nationals have been found on a beach in the Mexican city of Oaxaca after their boat capsized, officials said. The bodies were found along a route used by illegal migrants trying to reach the United States. The 7 women and the men were on board a boat operated by a Mexican that set off from Chiapas state in border with Guatemala. 1 other person survived. It was not clear what happened. The boat's driver The prosecutor's office in Oxtra said the bodies were found near a beach in the town of Playa Visita. It says it was investigating the cause of the accident and working with the Chinese embassy in Mexico to identify the victims. In business, Governor Ubasani of Kaduna State has blamed the inability of his administration to pay workers' salaries the huge debt. He said he inherited from the government of his predecessor, Nasir El-Rufai. Sani stated this while addressing a town hall meeting in Kaduna. The governor said his administration inherited a huge debt burden of 587 million naira, 85 billion naira, and 115 contractual liabilities from his predecessor. He said 7 billion naira out of 10 billion naira federal allocation of Kaduna in March was deducted to service the state's debt. Sani said 3 billion naira, which his state was left with, was not enough to pay salaries, as the state's monthly salary bill stood at 5.2 billion naira, according to him. Owing to the rise in exchange rate, the state is now paying back almost triple of what was borrowed by the previous administration. The federal government has adopted a vital means of evacuation of crude oil that involves the utilization of brakes and trucks from the transportation of crude from point of production to injection, storage points for eventual transportation to export terminals. He said the alternative crude oil evacuation system was implemented to avoid production deferments, losses, and other undesirable consequences as a result of pipeline disruption and outages. This is contained in a new presentation by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission on stability in the Nigerian energy sector, integrated strategies for infrastructure, transportation, and security, obtained by our correspondent in Abuja. Nigeria loses trillions of naira to crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism annually, a development that made the government consider virtual means of transporting the commodity. Amidst a nationwide energy crisis, Nigeria finds itself grappling with peculiar irony as a gas meant to alleviate power shortages is instead being wasted through flaring, leaving hundreds of thousands of homes without electricity. Natural gas, estimated at $205.7 billion and capable of powering 4 million households, was flared in Nigeria in the first 2 months of 2024. Data obtained from the Nigerian Gas Flare Tracker of the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency showed the country flared about 58.8 million standard cubic feet MSCF in the first 2 months of this year, with a power generation potential of 4.04 thousand megawatts. The Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, ABCON, has said that the recall of Bureau de Change Operators, BDCs, into the mainstream forex market is a major factor in the current stability being experienced with the exchange rate. This disclosure is contained in a statement released by ABCON President Aminu Gwadebe over the weekend, where he lauded the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso for the decision. Gwadebe said aside from monetary policy tightening that led to increase in exchange rate, more investment in government instruments, and the clearance of $7 billion forex backlog forward commitments, the call of the BDCs was also a significant move by the Apex Bank to boost dollar liquidity at the retail end of the forex market. ABCON President therefore expressed the association's gratitude to Cardoso-led CBN and other related agencies for the recognition of BDCs as the third leg of the foreign exchange market, an effective exchange rate transmission mechanism in forex management. The Central Bank of Nigeria has said that it recorded an inflow of over $1.5 billion into the economy over the past few days, indicating that its monetary policy efforts are working positively. The bank's acting director, Corporate Communications Department, CD Ali, made the assertions in a statement. She noted that the data available to the bank indicated that the inflow resulted from the bank's effort to stabilize the foreign exchange market. Ali said the naira has also continued to record gains in the autonomous foreign exchange market as it traded about 1,309 naira to a dollar as against 1,611 naira to a dollar in the second week of March 2024. Nigeria now produces crude oil from over 246 fields across the country and operates 188 production stations, platforms, the federal government has stated. Data obtained in Abuja from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, an agency of the federal government, indicated that Nigeria's oil-producing fields have been on the rise since the first commercial oil discovery. Nigerians poised to boost production and enhance energy security with over 246 producing fields, 2,777 producing strings, 188 producing stations, platforms, 4 gas terminals, 5 land terminals, 11 FSOs, floating storage and offloading units, 18 FFSOs, floating production storage and overfloating, and several other facilities at various stages of development. And on entertainment now, fans who pre-ordered Beyonce's latest album Unveil are reporting that 5 of its tracks have gone missing. Cowboy Carter was released to critical acclaim on Friday with reviews calling it a masterpiece and a slick and stirring Western epic. But some of the best received songs, including Yaya and Spaghetti, are reportedly not present on the Veil edition. It's not clear whether all Veil copies are affected. Fans have also reported that CD copies are missing 4 tracks. In sports, the players and officials of the African champion South African women's national team will land Nigeria on Easter Monday today for the Paris Olympic final qualifying fixture against the Super Falcons. Coach Desiree Elias' side will arrive in Abuja on Monday, April 1st, 2024, ahead of the first leg of the final leg of the Paris 2024 Olympic qualifiers. Home-based players will depart South Africa with officials on the same day today of arrival. Foreign players are expected to join the South African counterparts in Nigeria from their various bases. The much talked about Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk battle has finally reached a point of no return, with undercard titled fight against on May 18th now officially confirmed. Fury and Usyk will finally meet in the ring as part of Riyadh season in Saudi Arabia to crown the first undisrupted heavyweight championship of the 4-belt era. The winner of the highly anticipated fight will also unify the division of the first time since Lennox Lewis defeated Evander Holyfield in March 1999. African Games gold medalist Esther Kolawole has expressed determination to win a medal at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games after booking her ticket at the qualifiers in Egypt. Kolawole overcame Angelina Rodriguez of Cape Verde by 10-0 technical superiority in the women's 62 kg at the 2024 African Oceanic Olympic qualifiers in Alexandria, Egypt. The 2024 Commonwealth Games bronze medalist then expressed her gratitude for the support she has gotten from the wrestling family. Kolawole is joined by 5 other Nigerians: Odunayo Adekunle, Blessing Ogbodudu, Hannah Ruben, Christina Ogunsayo, and Ashton Motua, who have booked Olympic tickets for the competition in Paris. And that's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using the Global TV NG or the handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. See you again. Good afternoon.